Hello, children. You are welcome to the digital classes of Christchurch Convent Higher Secondary School, Gadawara. I am Amit Toshniwal, your accounts teacher. This video is for class 12th. Subject is accounts. Chapter number 8, Forfeiture and Reissue of Shares, Part 1. What is the meaning of forfeiture? It means to take away what was given before, to take it away back. In normal language, you can say छीन लेना. So in the first part, issue of shares, you already have learnt that company has to raise its capital, for which shares are issued and offered to subscribe in public. When share is fully paid up, then it becomes a stock and share capital of the company. If some of the shareholders who had applied earlier are found incapable in making payments of calls, then those shares holders are given a letter of reminder to make the payments. And even after giving frequent notices, those persons are not paying money, then their shares are taken away, or you can say cancelled. So allotment of the share is cancelled, and this is only called forfeiture of shares of defaulters, or you can say defaulting shareholders, and their name is removed from the register of members of company. This is the process which is done as per mentioned in article of association of company, and if there is no such provision mentioned, then table F rules are followed and adopted for the procedure of forfeiture of shares. So what are the rules of forfeiture of shares? Anyway, a shareholder is given sufficient time and frequent reminders and notices to make the payments. After that, a final alarm notice is sent, in which in a harsh language, they are ordered to make the payments. So what are the rules? If article of association does not allow for the forfeiture of shares, then sanction of the court is required. Means a permission has to be taken. It is sought from the court. There must be a valid reason for the forfeiture. Natural. Without any valid reason, a company cannot forfeiture any of the shares of the shareholder. He must be given a notice. Defaulting shareholders must be given a notice to make the payments, including interest. And in notice, it should be mentioned that if he does not make the payments within the specified time which is mentioned in the notice, shares will be forfeited. It means a threat has to be given. Even after a number of reminder and notices, a defaulting shareholder does not turn up to make the payments, then a resolution is passed by the board of directors of the company for forfeitures of shares. After passing that resolution, its copy is sent to the defaulting shareholders that company has started taking an action against you, and hereafter you will not be given any chance. So even you are ready to pay the due amount, company can think it over and that matter can be taken into consideration. Power should be exercised only in the interest of company. It means it should not be done with the intention of rivalry or any wrong intention. That forfeiture should be very valid, justified and fair. All the forfeited shares, they become the property of company, and company gets full rights over those shares, and company can reissue to raise its capital. And how they are reissued, we shall study the same in the same chapter in later videos. So what is the procedure? So what are जो rules हैं वही procedure है, because company cannot go against rules. Rules either stated in article of association or table F. So the same has to be followed. A shareholder's name can be kept in the list of defaulting shareholders when he does not pay one or two calls. A notice is sent and he is asked to pay the due amount within 14 days. If he does not pay, another notice is issued. Even if not paid, then board of directors conduct a meeting in which a resolution is passed for the forfeiture of shares, and the same information is transferred to shareholders, and he is asked to return the share certificates. His name is removed from the register of the company, and the same information is gazetified. It is published of the for the public. What shall be the effect of forfeiture of shares on shareholders? First, he will not be an owner of the company now. He will not be called as a member of company. He will not be given any dividend, and all the rights taking part in general meeting and voting rights, everything will be seized. Okay. So what is the accounting of forfeiture of shares? This is very, very important, because on the basis of this, these general entries, you will have to solve some of the questions. So first condition is when forfeiture of shares, when shares were originally issued at par. In chapter number 7, it means company accounts part 1, you studied shares are issued either at par or at premium. So what happens when shares are issued at par? First, when company does not open call-in arrears account, in that case share capital account is debited by the total with the total amount called on forfeited shares. Then to share allotment account, which is unpaid, to share first call, which is unpaid, share second call, which is unpaid, and to share forfeited, what amount already paid by the shareholders. It means company had received that amount. You just remember, to share allotment, to share first call, to share second call, हो सकता है कि he might have paid to allotment money, then to share allotment account will not be written here. If he has paid allotment money along with first call, then first two, share allotment and share first call, will not be mentioned here. So what I mean to say, only and only unpaid money is written, and at the end, to share forfeiture, the money which already had been paid by the shareholders and received by the company. Okay. What is the effect on balance sheet? First, share capital will reduce by the amount of called up equity of the forfeiture shares, and it is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. An unpaid amount on forfeited shares will not be shown in balance sheet. So what entry is made? When call-in arrears account is maintained by the company. So in that case, we will not write share allotment, share first call, share second call. No, only one entry will be made to calls in arrears. It means share capital account debit to call-in arrears account and to share forfeited amount. And there will not be any change in balance sheet. So on the basis of this video, you can solve first 2 illustration and first 4 questions of your exercise. Thank you.